one.
Let's take this opportunity now to look at the purpose of the rotational learning model.
So, one of those is differentiation. I think that we can all agree that it's very difficult to fully differentiate in a large classroom where the teacher is teaching traditionally, standing up in front of 30 students, 32, 35 students, and really trying to meet all of the students' individual needs. In the rotational model, the key component here is that small grouping. So, in our small groups, we can more naturally differentiate to be able to help meet specific students' needs. And we're able to differentiate not only once or twice, but three times because we're able to differentiate when they're with us working in direct. We're able to differentiate what they're doing in their independent work and also differentiate their collaborative project based learning work.
And kind of to piggyback off of you, Ken, with differentiation, the way that we can differentiate is by really knowing and getting data back and getting feedback back from our students. The rotational model really gives us that opportunity to get that immediate feedback from the direct when we're with those students in front of you, from the independent students when your students are working independently, potentially on an online content provider or some type of formative assessment that you have incorporated in the independent station. And even in the collaborative station, when students are working on those higher order thinking projects, all of that data comes back to the teacher to be able to provide feedback to drive the instruction.
Absolutely. And another key component of rotational learning is those three specific modalities of learning. So, when we're talking about those three modalities of learning, we're talking about the power of direct instruction, where we're really helping to put in the necessary scaffolding that teachers need to have directly working with students and having teachers or students work directly with the teacher. And then independent, that modality where they're learning on their own. They may struggle with it, they may be advanced, they might be self paced, but it gives them an opportunity to really take charge of their own learning. And then that third modality, learning the material while working with others, while working with their peers, where they're really going to have the opportunity to think through some critical thinking skills, to be able to analyze, conceptualize, create, build different types of projects that are more of an authentic project based learning environment for them. So, really, Colette, don't you think that all of these points of rotational learning really lead towards a more personalized learning model?
Absolutely. And it's really difficult to get to that personalized learning environment. Think back in when I was teaching, actually traditionally 30 years ago, it was more of a lecture style type environment. And having teachers to think through their lessons and having students doing different activities at all different times is really, really challenging. And what we have found, I think, Ken, you could probably agree with this, the classrooms that we have visited in the rotational model, this has really given teachers the opportunity to look at their lessons in those three modalities, really look at feedback to drive their instruction and to be able to differentiate instruction. So they're working in small groups, giving that students an opportunity to have more of an individualized or personalized type of approach in their learning.
Absolutely. It really all ties it together as we're on this journey towards a more personalized learning environment, for sure.